Here are the lyrics to a song I wrote in 3 minutes. In the storm, I want to feel you near me. In this place I lay it all down before thee. I want to lift your name higher forevermore. I'm on my knees, you are all I'm living for. I want to be in your presence forever. I will stop my song of praise never. All my hope is in you, and I'm alive in you. To your name which I lift up to. And the chorus goes like this. I want you, I need you, I'm alive in you, I'm waiting here for you, I'm in awe 'cause of your awesomeness. Maybe it needs some work. Actually, I desperately hope you didn't like that song. Thankfully, none of the songs that we sing in our churches these days are as bad as this one. But every once in a while, my attention is jarringly wrenched away from the King who's deserving of all our praise by the words of the song. Although I try to resist the distraction, it's not always easy. Sometimes I'm diverted by a bit of bad theology. Last weekend I chuckled because a line was just weird. Other times I'm singing along and I realize that the words don't really mean anything. It's not that they don't mean anything to me, it's just that they don't mean anything at all. The words are just a sweet-sounding bit of pious cliché. And then there's the mediocre or even bad poetry. Just so you know, I don't intentionally take a critical stance to the lyrics of the songs. I don't start by scrutinizing every phrase or word or rhyme to see if it's worthy of my voice. Initially, I remain happily oblivious. Unless the words are truly silly or empty, I can be led into worship several times with most songs. It's only at the point when the repeated singing of a truly great song begins to open up deeper worship through its inspired lyrics do I notice the inadequacies of those of an inferior one. After this happens, every recurrence of the so-so song impedes worship more and more. It's clear from their enthusiasm that the worship leaders and many of the worshipers either don't notice or don't care that something is wrong with the lyrics of the song. They seem to be able to look past the lyrics to the recipient of our praise. Sadly, I am not always able to do so, but maybe it's not that sad. Maybe, for everyone's sake, the poetry of our worship should be good. That's what song lyrics are, right? They are poetry. Now, poetry done right is incredibly powerful, and it seems to me then that we'd want to do it right in the songs that we sing in church. We want them to be effective and effective. Good lyrics are essential to this aim. Does the whole worship song thing need to be changed because of me? No, I don't think so. Might the whole worship experience be enhanced for everyone in a way that the worshipers never before imagined? I think yes. You don't need to be a poet or even like poetry to be touched by its power. But the people that write and choose the songs do need to understand a few things. Here's the root of the problem as I see it. A lot of the people who are writing songs for use in corporate worship started off as musicians. They had a passion and a gift for making music. They spent years developing their skills on a particular instrument or more, including their voice. They spent years more learning how to complement other musicians playing their instruments. And then they spent even more time learning how to compose music. I think that many see that the next step is writing lyrics. And here's the problem. Writing lyrics isn't the next step. Writing lyrics is a whole new thing. The sequence from musical instrument to musical group to musical composition is all about music. Writing lyrics is about poetry. Nothing from the music category can help you be a better poet. Developing the skills to write great lyrics takes at least as much time as it takes to master an instrument and learn how to compose. Being great at playing a piano doesn't in itself qualify you to make gourmet-level galantine. Being a wonderful singer doesn't in itself qualify you to be a best-selling novelist. We can't think that these in themselves qualify us to write poetry. If Malcolm Gladwell is to be believed, the typical worship leader took at least 10,000 hours to develop their skill at playing the piano or the guitar. To write lyrics for a song will require another 10,000 hours to develop the poet's skill. It is not my goal to discourage would-be songwriters, but to encourage them to be good ones, or even great ones. My goal in this video series is to have better praise and worship songs, not for me, but for the edification of the church and for the glory of God. I am convinced that great lyrics will contribute to more meaningful worship, because great poetry engages the imagination, whether you know why it does that or not. This video is an introduction to a series called The Poetry of Praise. It's for everyone who listens to and sings praise and worship songs. Understanding some of the things that are going on in the words of great songs can lead to deeper worship involving not just hearts and voices, but imaginations as well. These videos are for worship leaders too. I hope the series will help those who choose the songs that we sing each weekend be equipped to better judge between the poetic and the prosaic. By singing good songs, we will support those who write them so that they can write more. And this series is for songwriters. I hope these videos lead lyricists to consider more of the principles of poetry and begin a journey toward writing more songs that evoke not just the emotions of worshipers, but their imaginations as well. These videos and 10,000 hours might one day lead to a song that is as poetically excellent as it is already musically excellent. It is certainly true that God probably doesn't notice the difference between our best attempts and our most blemished ones, for they are all offerings of a sincere but fallen people. God needs neither our sheep nor our songs. When God commands His people to sacrifice our best lamb, it is for our sake that He does so. It is a reflection and a reminder of how we are to think of Him. We need to give our Creator the best we can offer up. As we bring the sacrifice of praise to the altar of the Lord, we want it to be the best of our flock. We strive to present songs of praise that are excellent, not just musically, but lyrically as well. Thank you. The next video will be about the words we choose for our songs. Till then, subscribe so you don't miss a thing, and we'll see you in church.